who's going first?
You go first.
I'll go first. So,
Yeah.
sorry, Grana.
Hello and welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Worst, a podcast where we watch movie trilogies and decide which movie is a heated mess. You know, a mess where heat is applied so all you get is a little more messy. I'm your host, Garana.
And I'm Fat Conan, and I call myself That's a Twig Bitches Like You Don't Do It Behind the Back.
And I'm Luke Morgan, and sometimes I have the feeling I can do crystal meth, but then I think, better not.
All right, boys, it's time for our annual musical or musical adjacent trilogy. Thank you for indulging me again on another year. I know you guys were not super pleased about my pick of Pitch Perfect. Are you guys acca bitches from way back? Are you big fans of Pitch Perfect at any point, Luke?
Surprisingly, I'd seen the first two, and I'd actually watched the second one at the cinema. And I don't know why. I brought this up to my wife because this was early days of my wife and I's relationship, where I was like, did you really like these movies? I was like, why did we go watch the second one at the cinema? And I think we just watched the first one together. We thought it was entertaining. And we're just like, you know what? Let's go to the cinema. Pitch Perfect 2's on. Let's go watch it. And never watched the third.
These movies were weirdly big at the business that we both worked at the time, Luke. I don't know if you remember that, but everybody was really into these movies for a stretch there.
Yeah, that's probably what. It was the talk of the water cooler, you know?
They were very, very quoted in that office.
Yeah, we had to be part of that cool, that water talk, so.
Conan, big fan of Pitch Perfect at any point in your life?
Not like these movies are very adjacent to my life. Like my wife really likes them. Her sisters really liked them.
Had you seen it?
I'd seen the first one. I'd never seen the others. I kind of forgotten how big they were. And like I say, they are and they were like these are kind of like Anchorman for white girls in the 2010s. Like
yeah,
literally,
so quoted, so sort of harshly revered, like really kind of iconic, boost, like made a career for Rebel Wilson. Yeah, I don't know, just like these, every generation, every decade has a couple of comedies that like become the center, the focal point for doing something new or something different that just hits. And this is totally the 2010s. Like these movies are big, and in my mind, I'm just like, obviously they are not for us. They're not for me. They're a movie about. Well, they sort of are. They're a movie about a lot of really attractive women singing. And it's like, okay, sure, but yeah, they were huge. So, yeah, not seen first, have zero connection to it.
Yeah.
Don't know how they made three of them, truthfully.
I mean, money is how they made three of them. Yeah, I remember seeing the first one and having a decent time with it. I didn't hate it. As I said, it was big in an office that I worked in at the time. There was a lot of quoting of this movie. I remember watching it with other people at work at some point for some reason. And I think I might have seen the second one in the cinema too, but it's definitely the only time I saw it because I could barely remember it on this rewatch. And it definitely fell off by the third for sure.
Wasn't the tagline like "We're back, pitches" or something like that? I just remember the poster having something like that, where it was like, "Well, we better go check this movie out. It's going to be a riot." But
then the third one's even better. It's Last Call Pitches.
Oh damn!
That pun is making a lot of money.
It was the last.
First movie is get pitch slapped. So
that's the best one. That's good.
All right, shall we kick it off with some stats?
Stats.
All right, Pitch Perfect 1, released in 2012, had a budget of $17 million, made $115 million at the box office, and had a critical reception of 66 on Metacritic. Pitch Perfect 2, $29 million budget, $287 million at the box office, 63 critical reception on Metacritic. And Pitch Perfect 3 came out in 2017, had a budget of $45 million, made $185 million at the box office, and a critical reception of 40 on Metacritic. Decent money earners,
I'm sure. I did not expect the third one to make that much. Like, why haven't they made a fourth one? I guess is my question.
Do you feel like Anna Kendrick is too good for these movies? in 2025. I mean, probably even in 2015, but
yeah, I think from the very beginning, she's probably too good for it.
I mean, she was too good for Twilight, and she was in that too. It seems to be the.
no. See, Twilight was before she did much else, right? Like,
yeah, that was like her first role, wasn't it?
One of the
That's
very
what
early
made
ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like this is kind of what made her. This is her vehicle, right? This is what makes her big because she's got Twilight as a side character. She's got Up in the Air.
What's funny,
Scott Pilgrim.
After our last podcast, I walked out into the lounge room and my wife was watching a movie with Anna Kendrick in it, and I was like, "What is going on?" And I feel like, and it was with Blake Lively as well, so that was just a whole nother can of worms. But
Simple Favor.
yeah, and
they're pretty big movies too.
She said it was really bad, and I was like, "Well, get ready for more Anna Kendrick because now we're watching three of them."
Like this is kind of a textbook example of like that blockbuster though, right? We have a lot of male actors do this with like the MCU. You'll have these sort of ones who do a few small roles and they break out with some big, be it that or like an action blockbuster. They break out with a big role. Yeah, this is what she's done because she did a lot of small like indie stuff. She did Twilight's not that, but yeah, Up in the Air, Scott Pilgrim, 50-50.
Yeah,
really good in. End of Watch as well, and then when does this first one come
2012?
out? 2012. So So then in 2012 she has End of Watch, and then she has this, and this is where she becomes like Anna Kendrick, I guess. I don't know. Like she's still not a superstar. She's not like selling movies on her name alone, right? But she's just kind of like her name is. I don't know. Everyone knows her name and her face. She's kind of a weird little actress.
Yeah, I've always liked her. Like I've always found her quirky and charming. Like she's kind of that girl.
Very much so.
Or at least puts out that persona. But yeah, you're right. She's like, what big movie has she been in that I really love? Like I love Scott Pilgrim, but not particularly because of her. Like she's a pretty small role in that movie. 50-50 is great. She's actually really good in that.
Really good, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, she elevates everything she's in. She's she's not a conventional leading lady, and it's like her whole filmography suggests that this is really the biggest thing she's done. Then she's got like some small little dramas and comedies.
Trolls movies.
Trolls, yeah, Mr. Right. Like she's in The Accountant. Yep. Well, there's nothing. It's not really until she had those another Simple Favors, and then she directed that movie Woman of the Hour 2023. But yeah, she's never really been like. I don't know. She's not a movie star in the traditional sense. She is like you say, she's quirky and she's kind of small and cute, and like that is a supporting character or a side character more than anything else. And I guess that's why she thrives in here because she can sort of be the lead, but she's not really the lead, but she is. It's I don't know.
It's very ensemble, right? Like she's definitely the lead, but
she's like the protagonist, but the story's kind of driven by other characters. You know, Fat Amy becomes the lead in the other ones. In the first one, there's the two. I've already forgotten their names. The two who lead it, Chloe and
Brittany Snow, and
excuse me.
Okay. Like they're the leads. Or they're the impetus, I guess. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, let's get into it. Pitch Perfect 2012. Becca, a freshman at Barden University, is cajoled into joining the Bellas, her school's all-girls singing group. Injecting some much-needed energy into their repertoire, the Bellas take on their male rivals in a campus singing competition. Yeah.
I say this with all love and with all respect. This is both the gayest and not the gayest movie I've ever seen. It's like there is so much sexual energy between some of these girls, and they never act on it. And just the idea, so there's like it's really ever scared to do anything with that. But then just the idea of, I don't know, college a cappella battle offs. It's just.
I appreciate the movie it kind of knows what it's like. It's not taking itself too seriously, right? Like I don't know. The DNA from Glee to this is like. Thick as like that's a Venn. That Venn diagram is a circle, nearly.
That's where it's done. Glee.
Yeah, and it's keeping the same tone as Glee as well, where Glee didn't take itself too seriously, for the most part anyway. Particularly when it came to the singing competition, and lots of I love in Community where they they make a joke about this where, oh, we missed out on regionals, but it's all these episodes you never saw. Like, I don't know. Lots of people had a go at it as well in parody,
Yeah.
but it's very basic. Like, from a story perspective, you know, basically cookie cutter, right? Like,
Yeah, I wrote that. Like, it is the sort of like the blandest, most vanilla you can get of a story. It is, this would be like a framework taught in first year film class. Like, this is what a basic story structure looks like. And God, yeah, don't do anything about it. Like, Jesse as a character is so redundant, but you can tell that like we need to have a love interest, and they're just like, he's just got nothing to do. Really meh. But yeah, the whole point of this is just to see pop songs sung, which I don't know. It's weird that took off. Like, I did forget about Glee. I guess there's a demand for this. Like, Granny, you like
Glee
these.
was popular. Glee was popular.
Glee
in high
was
school.
popular. You're right.
it was.
I don't know. I guess that's just I'm completely underestimating that. But Granny, you probably like this more than I do, at least. Like, is it? Do you like the singing? Like,
No, see this movie, like, I don't know. Somehow I know how I've become the musical guy on this podcast, but like musical. This is not a musical, in my opinion. This is not. There's no show tunes here. There's no singing plot or having dialogue through a song. This is just, let's take the most popular, boring ass pop songs we can find and sing them a cappella. And I guess the thing that this movie does is it does a lot of mashups, right? Like, that's the big thing that kind of came out of here. And like, there's TV shows that spawned out of this as well. Like this, I don't know. This was a huge thing, and there is an audience for it. Obviously, it's probably not us, but people are really, I don't know, they're into that.
See, strangely, I was into a cappella around this time, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. This is like, it's just brought back memories that I remember around this time. I just had. There was a singer called Peter Hollins who just did a cappella versions of a bunch of songs, and I found him through, like, he did an a cappella cover of I See Fire at the time, and I remember just getting really into him. He was like my favorite musician for a while, where anytime I would drive somewhere for work, it was like I was listening to a cappella versions of pop songs. Nothing to do with Pitch Perfect. It was just, and now it's flooding back to me. I was like, yeah, I was into listening to a cappella for a while there. So I don't know what really was going on in my life at that time, but like, I will say, I watched all three of these movies in a day as they're meant to be seen, as they were intended, back to back to back, and
Jeez.
I was luckily able to drag my daughter into it, where I was like, come on, watch this, like, it's girls singing. I was like, turn Roblox off, you can watch girls singing, let's sit down and watch this all day. And she ended up really enjoying it. Like, she loved it, to the point that now every night when I'm putting her to bed and I'm putting music on, she wants to listen to their covers. Like, she really wanted to listen to Toxic, and so I put Toxic on by Britney Spears, and she's like, this isn't good. No, she's like, I want the Bella's version. And I was like, what? No, they're not better than Britney Spears. And she's like,
Britney, bitch.
no. She's like, their one's better. So she's listening to the Bellas probably right now, asleep in the other room. And she really enjoyed them. Obviously, there's a lot of jokes that go over her head that my wife and I were just like, oh, there's a lot of sexual innuendo jokes in these movies. But as far as the singing and like the over-the-top characters interacting with each other, like, I don't know, my daughter loved it. I think kids probably enjoyed it as well, if they went and saw it, and like, yeah, it's this movie, despite how bare the script is or the plot, it's like, it's held together by the acting and the characters. Like, they're all obviously larger than life caricatures of these sort of characters.
Yeah,
it works. It works, like, all of these people interacting with each other. It's fun to watch. So,
it's a pretty funny movie. Like,
yeah, it is.
Of the three, it's the funniest, probably by far.
Yes.
Yeah, like, it works because it is a decent comedy. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Like, and then, yeah, like with any comedy, the focus is the jokes, and I guess this is that weird mix-up where the focus is the music, but there's lots of jokes sewn in there as well. And yeah, it's a vanilla milkshake. I wouldn't order it at a restaurant, but if somebody gave me one, I'd enjoy the bit that I drink. Like,
Yeah.
See, I love vanilla milkshakes, but
there you go.
Speaking of the comedy, I just want to ask. So, there's one bit of comedy in through all these movies that just don't hit for me. Lily, the talking quietly.
Yeah.
Look,
I
there's
just
some.
don't find it funny.
She has
I
a couple of moments.
Yeah, it was less funny with subtitles because the subtitles tell you what she's saying. I'm like, well, no, it's funnier if I don't know what she's saying.
When you watch the movie as is, normally, like in the cinema, there's no subtitles.
No, it's just like
See,
nearly silent.
I just watch all movies with subtitles, so I was just
I do in 2025, but I think that kind of hit back in the day. That was kind of funny.
Did it hit
I think
now?
she has her moment. No, because like I said, it's not as funny when I'm reading what she's saying in subtitles.
That being said, saying "I ate my twin in the womb" was pretty funny.
Yeah,
That one stands out. That one does.
I had a good chuckle. The rest of them are pretty shit.
yeah.
But I like that's the problem with all of them is that by the third movie they're rehashing a lot of the same jokes and like these work in a vacuum where it's funny jokes and pop music being sung, but like
It was like lightning in a bottle.
it was, and much like Dumb and Dumber 2, they tried to do it again and they ballsed it up. You can't catch lightning twice. That's the point of that saying.
Exactly. Jim Carrey nailed it.
Fucking Jim Carrey. Yeah, like.
What did you guys think of Rebel Wilson? Like this was probably her big breakout as well. Again, hasn't really come on to do a whole lot of exciting stuff since then, but
yeah, she's funny. Like she's funny, not ha funny, but she's a funny like figure. She's had a really weird career. She started off in like small Australian stuff. She was in Fat Pizza.
Yep.
So I've been aware of her since what was that 2003? Like
yeah, I remember watching her in like the Australian panel shows and all those sorts of things.
Yeah,
and I think she's okay in these movies. She's like so over the top and cannot sing to save her life, but that's kind of the joke, right?
Yeah. Again, in this one movie, she is very funny. I think like she works well because she is just kind of the wild card. You know, she's the. It's the Jack Sparrow thing. She's the character you want to love, but you can't have her as a lead.
Yep.
And they kind of lose that in the other ones, but
yes, they do. It's the Drax effect. So I maintain Drax was the funniest in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 as this extra character who had funny quirks. But then they realized, oh, Drax is funny. People really liked Drax.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they make him the comedy character in 2 and 3.
Yep.
And it never reaches the heights of the first one. And it's the same thing where they realize, oh, we hit like gold here. Let's really exploit that. And they overkill it over and over again. To the point that she feels is the lead of the third one, really.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Because she's got like that dry Australian delivery that is really nice to cut through the sort of the American comedy, which is a little bit more, I don't know, wholesome and toothless and at times can just be unfunny. Like her delivery really does. I think that's what makes this movie stand out. Like Fat Amy, why she becomes the big character is because if she wasn't in it, it would be a pretty bland film. But sort of having these two different like senses of comedy colliding just become very. It kind of feels like a cappella, right? It's like music, but it's not. And this is like comedy, but it's not. Or it's Australian comedy meets American. It's weird. I don't like Rebel Wilson's shtick though, and where she. I don't know how her career after this is really kind of bad, I think. And I don't think she is funny when it's just her. I don't think she's a very funny person when she's the lead of things. She needs to be the offsider.
And I mean, and this is like, that's the thing. She plays this character in everything.
Yes.
It feels like, it's Fat Amy, the character. The thing like I like and find funny pretty much just in this movie with her is like, just how confident she is, even though, like she does seem like she actually has that confidence. Like she's like, oh, of course you want me. I'm hot. You know what I mean? Like, and she just has that machismo. But
who is that other Amy Schumer? Because Amy Schumer.
I was gonna say, Rebel Wilson was around the same time as Amy Schumer, where she was super popular in her shtick, and then very similar trajectories. I feel like.
You saying that, I'm like they are very much in the same comedy vein of like. I say this as a fat guy, larger women who are very overly confident, and like comfortable in their skin. And I mean, the 2010s was the age of Me Too and like reclamation of the wrongs that society might have perpetrated through masculinity and patriarchy. So I see why this comedy exists, but It's of the time. Like it's really of the time.
It is really of the
not that
time.
funny anymore.
Yeah, I don't think like Pitch Perfect 4 would do very well. Like, yeah.
No,
I mean,
Ozempic Amy now. Like,
can't say that. You can't say that, Luke. You can't say that.
what?
Yeah, no, I got in trouble for talking about Renee Zellweger's plastic surgery. You can't say that.
Fair enough.
Granted, cut that.
Cut that. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any other characters you want to talk about? Skylar Aston's, yeah, he's very much just there. I like Ben Platt's small moments of doing close-up magic. He's pretty funny. I think I like Adam. I like Adam Devine, however you want to say him. I think he's pretty goofy.
Adam Devine he's the best. He's really funny in all these movies.
Yeah.
Aubrey's funny. Anna Kemp as Aubrey. I like Aubrey. She's in the later season of You, that Netflix show.
Oh yeah,
and she was really funny in that. She plays identical twins, so she plays two characters in that. And she was really funny. And when I watched this, I was like, oh, that's her. That's where I know her from. But yeah, she's funny.
I think they all have really good chemistry. Like they all have a really good dynamic. And that's why it works so well. Like, they do feel like friends. They feel like I said, they've got real chemistry. And the whole time it's like, is this a really, really gay movie that I'm just not seeing the gay parts of? I don't know. But Anna Kendrick, Brittany Snow, Rebel Wilson, Anna Camp, like they've got a great dynamic. They're all really fun. They all work well.
Yep.
Elizabeth Banks as the commentator with
the commentators are pretty good.
They're funny.
Again, their shtick kind of gets old by the third movie. Like it's just a bit too much, and some of that off the wall stuff that he says is
pretty off the wall.
Yeah,
pretty off the wall by the end of it. But yeah, no, they're funny in this one for sure.
Yeah. What my notes on it are mostly like, yeah, Becca and Jesse is such a redundant plot point. Like when they kiss at the end, I'm like, why? Is there something that's happened between them? And then it's like, oh, they're meant to be in love. And I'm like, she's clearly in love with Chloe. Like this. Don't be silly. Don't try to lie to me, movie.
There's a bit of that. There's like her relationship with her dad too. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of built up as like, oh, I don't need you looking out for me. Like, I just want to go make music. But they never subvert that or turn it on its head. Like, it's just that is the plot point, and then it kind of goes away. It's no longer a thing.
Yep, nothing comes from it.
Yeah.
I don't understand how freestyles work. Like, does everyone just have one? I don't know. Like, if someone comes in and starts singing a song, does everyone just have certain prescribed? Does everyone know every song and have prescribed beat rolls?
Yes.
What's the logistics of this?
The logistics are crazy. Although, have you ever played music in like a jam session?
I think you both know that I never have. No,
like we've jammed. All of us have jammed.
Like if I can freestyle like beats, like I'm like Eminem with my raps.
No, of course. If you have ever like jammed and just played music, there is a flow that people get, but this is too neat and too lyrical, I guess. Like when you're jamming, you're not really worried about lyrics, and you're doing scat, or you're not having any singing. You're just playing musical instruments. But like if you're I don't know. The logistics are crazy. Yes.
Yeah, it's just impressive to be like see them bust out whole song. Like shit, this is.
Everybody knows this song.
Yeah,
until they don't for plot reasons, of course.
That's right, and everyone knows the beats and the perfect rhythms. It's like, God, there's no rehearsal. These acapella should be bigger if it's this good.
Yeah, everybody knows their part. Yeah.
Yeah. Other parts that are funny. The P Diddy reference, not great. Hasn't aged well. That Amy coughing and then saying "slut" is pretty funny.
That one was well quoted. "Let's be honest" was used a lot in our office too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. My wife's family still uses that. Turk makes a brief appearance with Charles Boyle.
Yes.
Yep.
I was like, "There's Turk." Yeah.
That's pretty funny. That whole scene, and then I don't know why her roommate's such a bitch.
Because it's funny. Like, my wife was like that. Oh, she's such a bitch. And I'm like, if I came home to my room and there was 8 people in there, I would be annoyed too. Like, I'm sorry, Anna Kendrick is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes.
But no, if you remember before that, she was there with Jesse about to try to deny her homosexuality. And then Kim, her roommate, walks in with like 4 people. She's like, "Oh, my roommate's here.
Yeah.
Now me and all my friends can't sit around and have fun." It's like, oh, come on. She was here first.
They're both bad people.
yeah, it's just not a great dynamic. But Becca's also is a bitch in this.
Yeah, I was surprised how tiring I found Becca's character for the first half of this movie. Like, so alternative and so like, oh my goodness. Yeah,
just like
I just want to make music, Dad. I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes.
I'm better than this place. I don't need to be here. I'm going to go to LA and make it. And it's like, yeah, she's pretty tiresome.
Yep. What do you think of Jesse's taste in movies? Like it's the most generic.
Who just shows someone the ending of a movie? Who just shows someone like literally the last scene and be like, "Here, get this emotional impact of this scene," and she's like, "Wow, like that doesn't work. Cut that shit out. Like that's so stupid."
This movie's full of that where it's like, "Oh, you're so alternative. You've heard of David Guetta?" I'm like that's one of the biggest songs in the world. What are you on about?
That was weird.
That's underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe that's the perfect representation of first year college students. Like, guys are like, hey, have you seen this crazy... You've probably never seen this movie called Old Boy. It's Korean.
You've heard the Kendrick Drake beef. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like, that's the kind of shit, you know, as a pretentious first year film student once, like, this is the kind of people who are like, well, do you know that they make movies in other countries? It's like, there's all, you know, they would quote Breakfast Club and be like, you've probably never seen it. It's pretty classic. So maybe he's right.
I recommend everyone watch Kendrick 237 on YouTube. It's a really good breakdown of what this movie is really about.
Can you give me a deep dive into that, Grona?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I want you to retell.
So it's you know, it's a riff on Room 237, the Kubrick documentary, and basically Pitch Perfect is about 9/11 and who did 9/11.
I knew it.
Kendrick's trying to tell us something.
I need to watch this. Yeah.
You should watch it. Yeah,
that video was really fun.
No, it's good. Good video. Check it out. All right, are we ready to move on?
Yep.
All right, we're back. Pitches. Pitch Perfect 2, 2015. After a humiliating command performance at the Kennedy Center, the Barden-Bellas enter an international competition that no American group has ever won in order to regain their status and right to perform. Guys, they got Obama for this one.
They did.
How crazy is that? This movie was the biggest in the world.
And they flashed Fat Amy at him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And it's considered a domestic terrorism. Boy.
That opening scene doesn't do it for me.
It's not great.
Just like, I like laughing at fat people as much as the next guy, but just being like, haha, she's fallen in her pants tear. It's not great.
It's pretty classic comedy, but
it's a bit basic pitch.
Good one.
So there.
Grana, as such a huge fan of Pitch Perfect, so what's your thoughts on this second one? When you watched it at the cinema, did you come out like, yeah?
I don't remember it. What I do remember is they really wanted to shove Haley Steinfeld down your throat. It felt like they were making her out to be the next Becca, I guess. Like, yeah. And I much preferred that part of Sinners, to be fair.
I'm just looking at that quote now. It worked. They made Haley Steinfeld work.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole introduction of her and her original song did nothing for this movie. I don't think this movie's particularly funny and not very memorable at all.
Interesting.
It has some moments. It's not the worst of the three. Spoiler alert. But
no, not
a great film either.
You don't like the world sort of aspect of like the showdown with like the different teams and
the one thing it's got going for me is it reminds me of the Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Oh my god!
Iceland. It's totally Iceland.
Being the bad guys again. Let's do it.
Germany, they're completely different.
The evil foreigners.
Hell, yeah.
Evil foreigners with weird accents and slick back hair. That's all I need.
Y'all are racists. I don't know. This movie's pretty funny. Like, there is a lot of jokes in this, and most of them stick. Not all of them. There are definitely parts that are shitty, but
I don't mind this movie from memory. It's hard to separate all three, as it was.
I just don't find this movie very memorable.
You don't like Keegan-Michael Key or David Cross?
Is that this movie or is that the next movie?
No, that's this one.
Oh, yeah, no, this movie's pretty good actually.
Yeah,
it's got Snoop Dogg doing Christmas music.
Dropping beats, yeah.
This This one's
Here Comes
fine.
Tentacles. See, I feel like this one's probably more memorable just based off the fact that, like, you have the world showdown. I remember them showing down like with Germans and all that sort of stuff more than the first movie's final battle against
Yeah, right.
Like I don't know, and yeah, I like Keegan being in this. Snoop Lion, which he was at this time. Snoop
That's
Lion.
right. He shoots
They try and force that. That's not going to happen. I don't know. I kind of enjoy the subplot with Anna Kendrick trying to become like a music producer, Haley Steinfeld doing the original music, and them. I don't know. I enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Haley Steinfeld. She's great in it. Like Keegan Michael Key character is hilarious. The David Cross battle where they have is really funny. Like the Green Bay Packers are there.
Yeah, it is. It's
I don't
very
know.
weird.
That really tickles me. Some good quotes.
Elizabeth Banks directed this movie,
Yeah.
by the way, which is kind of interesting.
It's weird to know all of these have had different directors, different I think different writers as well. Like a very kind of I don't know, strange franchise in that way.
Just make the movie no matter what. Just somebody make it for the corporation.
For the money, please, yeah. Maybe they've all been written by the same people. I don't know. Yeah, there is a lot about this movie that I like. This feels like the kind of sequel, right, where the plot is even less important because they've done the whole Becca has learned to have friends and be a decent human being. There's like, it's bigger, but it's also sillier, and it's just an excuse for them all to hang out in silly situations. You know, like when they go to the boot camp with Aubrey. Aubrey. It's just like, you know, let's just go to a different location. That's fun, and just do lots of stupid gags. And it's like, you know, if you like these characters and really want to hang out, I can see why this would even be better than the first. It's definitely less pure. Let's just, you know. But I guess also if you prefer the music, does your love of these movies depend on the music? Like whichever era you liked more, right? Like if you're a big David Guetta head, you're not going to like number 2.
Maybe. You might be right there.
David Guetta?
Yeah.
I have a question. Why is Jack Black not in any of these movies?
He's better than this.
I don't know. I feel like he was born for this role, though. He's not better than this. He's in Mario and he's in Minecraft. Eat a dick. He is not above this at all.
And he had 2 bangers in those movies.
Yeah, I would say they're better movies than these movies.
Really?
That's interesting. That is interesting.
No, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie. The Mario movie's fine.
Mario was better than...
I don't mind the Mario movie. It's fine. I would watch it again over these.
That's insane.
I think.
That's big.
What's
happening? So would I.
What's happening
right
now?
So would I, but I'm surprised to hear it coming from you.
The Mario movie is very okay.
It's true vanilla. It is it's not even middle. It's like milk flavor.
All right, we're not here to talk about the Mario movie.
That's a 5
let's talk about Mario.
No,
I think that is it. That's a 5
Black's,
out of 10. It's what?
I think Jack Black's a weird fit for these movies.
I disagree. Imagine Becca walks in and Jack Black's there.
Maybe a cameo.
Yeah, I don't see it. He's too edgy and also not edgy enough for these movies.
No,
somehow.
They could have just been like,
so there's like Tenacious D.
The
There's Tenacious D Jack Black, right? And then there's Minecraft Jack Black, and I feel like this movie's in the middle of those. And Jack Black only has 2 switches.
I don't know. There's Community Jack Black where he's limber and he can dance around. It's like
there's School of Rock Jack Black, and I still don't think the tone matches this.
Really?
Jumanji? He plays a girl trapped in Jack Black's body?
That is range.
Maybe if he played a girl trapped in Jack Black's body in these movies.
I just think he's a good love interest for Fat Amy after Bumper leaves.
No, Bumper's great. Bumper and Fat Amy are a perfect couple.
But Bumper's not in 3.
Yeah, I know.
So imagine Jack Black comes in. He's leading an a cappella, just him. He's dancing and leaping around. That's a... Man, I'm giving away...
No, Fat Amy doesn't need a love interest in the third one because she's got to deal with her daddy issues.
Yeah, let's talk
He should have been
that.
the dad.
Never.
Maybe.
That's good.
I wouldn't mind hearing Jack Black's Australian accent. I'd be up for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Madango!
Sold.
What about it to it?
Yeah, this
Other than
movie's
that, there's not
so
much else I
fine.
remember from these movies.
No, I don't really remember them either. I just remember feeling like they were trying to shove Haley Steinfeld down my throat, which I didn't appreciate. And that's that stupid Jessie J song.
But she was already a singer
My
at this
daughter
point.
loves
wasn't
that
she?
song. That's what she
Does
got
she?
solicited as well. Yeah.
What's the Jessie J song?
The price tag.
Through the
It's all
night.
about money, money, money.
It's not that song, is it? No, it's Torchlight or whatever it's called.
No, Flashlight
can-
is by Haley Steinfeld. That's
you
her
can be
song.
my. Are you sure? Isn't Jessie J the one that
Absolutely.
sings it now though?
Maybe she does a cover, but Flashlight.
Jay's price
Oh,
tag
I
is in
don't
this
know.
as well.
Is it?
Haley Steinfeld is like she has a singing career.
Yeah, she's a singer, like a
Yeah.
bona fide singer.
That's like,
Righto.
in
All these
addition
other
to being an
fake
actress,
bitches, she's an
Yeah.
actual singer.
and I'm not sure if she'd already started making music before this, which is why she got in, or if this was what made her.
Just
But,
stop
like,
trying to
she's
shove
tried-
it down my throat, okay? Stop trying to make Haley Steinfeld happen. She's not gonna.
It
It is happening.
Yeah,
she
it's
is.
happened.
It can
So
happen
hard.
without me then. That's fine. No, I liked her in Sinners, just not so much in this movie, personally.
Should watch Hawkeye.
Because this one's for the girlies, not for the boys.
Hmm.
Yeah, she wrote in 2016. Was that after this? Starving. God, we really need to do a deep dive into Haley Steinfeld's music career. Anyway, I think she's fine. She's a fine addition.
Yeah, I don't think she's a weak part of this movie at all.
She's definitely probably the best the best actor out of all of them.
Best actor, you reckon? Snoop Dogg gave his all for that performance.
He did. He did. I believed it. I was like, I bet Snoop Dogg doesn't know he's in a movie. He actually thinks he's recording the Christmas
Thinks he's
album.
doing a Christmas album.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie got some cameos and stuff too. It's pretty crazy.
Layla's
big-
mom. Sorry,
It was one of the biggest movies in the world.
Obama.
Yes. What do you guys think of the Germans? Like, there's a lot of time spent with them and their meticulously crafted.
I
choreography.
enjoy Anna Kendrick's whole thing of like, she's just
Yeah.
like, oh, God, they're so sexy.
Yeah.
Why you smell good? Like your breath even smells good.
I hate
Damn
you, and
it.
you smell amazing. Yeah,
Smell like cinnamon, yeah.
Yep, it's great. It's great. It's straight up Mighty Ducks. Like who doesn't love Mighty Ducks? You know,
was Jesse even in this movie? Because I
Without-
do not remember him at all.
he is because he drops her off at the music studio.
Yeah, that's like all he does,
I
right? Oh, no.
remember.
He still is whenever the what are they called?
he's
Trebles?
The
Here Comes
treble
Treble?
makers.
Treble makers. Whenever they're on the screen,
Yeah,
he's
true.
also
They're
there.
still in that. Yeah,
But you're right. I think they have one scene where he drops her off at the recording studio.
yep. They finally
all
realized
I
they didn't need that love interest. I guess
I guess if they remake this movie now, do they just lean into the lesbian thing?
probably
Yeah. Like
it wouldn't be played the same way it's played in these, where it's kind of a joke that one of them's a lesbian, right?
Yeah, the burning sexual tension would be toned down.
All right, let's move on. Pitch Perfect 3 came out in 2017. Following their win at the World Championship, the now separated Bellas reunite for one last singing competition at an overseas USO tour, but face a group who use both instruments and voices. Oh my goodness, a band. Terrifying.
Well, yeah, it's the one weakness. for an
The
a
one
cappella
thing
group.
that can beat an a cappella group, a band.
It's an instrument.
Like, why didn't we think of this?
Yeah. We're wasting all this time with our voices like chuds.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, sequels need to get. Oh, no, you go.
I'm just gonna say I struggle. This is the last one I watched. Obviously,
Mm,
I struggle to remember much from this movie other than John Lithgow, the boat scene at the end.
Yep.
Outside of that, I don't care much about what's going on in this movie. It seems like everybody needs a love interest in this for the most part. It seems like everybody's got their own little love interest stories happening with people.
Yes.
It's
that
not
is
necessary,
true.
or daddy issues. Either daddy issues or love interests for every character.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Have you guys seen Cars 2? This is the Cars 2. This is the Cars 2 of the Pitch Perfect universe, where they focus on a different character and somehow
Mater.
it becomes like a spy military thriller.
Yeah. And it should have just been a Cars movie.
Yeah, and they've done it here. I don't know. It's weird that that's a thing that happens in multiple trilogies, but here we are.
Well, that's the thing. Like these comedy sequels work better when they become more and more parody of themselves, I think they each be more like lean into the absurdity of what they're doing.
Hmm.
And these movies, like you said, they kind of don't take themselves too seriously, but they also don't. They also take themselves too seriously to ever lean into true parody. I think this movie is funnier if it's like just completely self-aware and taking the piss out of how stupid it is. But it's still, yeah, it still tries to have love stories, and it actually tries to play the father-daughter issues as like a serious plot point.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, this would just be funnier if they were all kind of, if there was a character who was aware of what they were doing, or like in the background. You know how there's those background characters? There's like the two in the group who,
Yeah.
there's a recurring joke. I don't know, show them doing increasingly weirder stuff, right? Like they're doing occult sacrifices in frames, and it's like, oh, okay, and just no one notices. Like,
Or have them get killed off in the boat scene and nobody cares.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is
John Lithgow
funny.
actually kill them.
That's exactly right. Have things like that. Just be a bit more over the top and silly with it. And like it works. But they're still playing this kind of straight faced, and it's just not doing it for me.
Yeah, John Lithgow's accent though, he's going for it.
Yeah,
He really is.
It's bizarre. Apparently
going
Rebel
on.
Wilson coached him, so maybe that says everything about his accent. I don't know.
Rebel Wilson giving acting tips to John Lithgow. I would never thought I'd see it.
Yeah.
It's
But yeah,
bizarre.
Rebel Wilson isn't a leading lady, and she feels like the leading lady in this movie, and it's meant to it.
This is what, that's the movie's trying to make her happen, and she's not going to happen.
Like
Haley Steinfeld will and has and can always happen.
she's stop trying to shove Fat Amy down our throats.
Yeah,
It's not going to work. It's not going to fit. She, like, I don't know, the spinning around, kicking, like full on spy flick. Like she's just got all these karate skills and taking out guards, and yeah, it's just like, oh, I don't know. It feels like so many movies were doing this in their sequels, where they have, like you said, growing up Cars 2, where it's got to become more than what the purpose of these movies were, which is an a cappella group. It's like, no, we need to make it an action movie. It has to have explosions. We're competing with Marvel, we need to try and Marvelize Pitch Perfect, but they didn't get Chris Pratt. So
no. What would you say if I told you of the $45 million budget, 10 million of that went to Rebel Wilson?
I'd say that's why this movie is bad.
How much did Anna Kendrick get? I hope she also got 10 million. Ugh.
I have to look that up now. That's insane.
Yeah, that's
is like
crazy.
20% over 20% of the budget just to her. Anna Kendrick.
With how big the cast is for this as well, and John Lithgow and
Yes, yeah, that's right. All of that, yeah.
that's
Man,
nuts.
this movie had DJ Khaled in it, and the fact that they take him seriously as a character is just like, they really missed the point.
It should have really been Diddy, like after the earlier reference to him. They should have really brought him in and just really made these movies not hold up well.
And imagine that if the whole time he's like, I want to take you to one of my freak offs, and they're like, maybe not.
Like, yeah, we're going to a Diddy party. That's how the movie ends. We're
I've
going
got
to
so
a
much
Diddy party.
lube. Yeah.
That's good
He
comedy.
pulls out the baby oil, and it's like this sinister thing that people will realize 10 years from now, like what was actually happening.
That Anna Kendrick was trying to warn us.
Yeah.
She warned us about 9/11. Now she's warned about Diddy. Apparently, she earns $6 million for this. So
that's nearly half the budget.
yeah, $4 million less than Rebel. Yeah, $16 million.
It's pretty criminal.
Not great.
Yeah. No. There's the Make America Eat Again hat, which pretty tacky in 2025.
That's that they wouldn't try and pull that now with a new Pitch Perfect. They wouldn't make that same joke.
They make a joke of the Mexican girl who they had in the second movie. She makes a joke about how, like, I'm going to have to go home and try and cross the border illegally and probably die. Like, it's
there's
supposed
a
to be
lot of racism.
this really dark joke that's supposed to be played off for laughs, but it kind of doesn't sit real well.
Not now, no. That's true. I forgot about that. These movies really do date themselves. Like, even with just all the music, it's like it's a time capsule of what was going on in the world.
Yeah, they don't even really they do that Britney Spears song, but they don't even try to dip back into any sort of classics, right? Like, it's all just music from the time.
Yeah, most of it's really There's a hand, like I said, number 2, she sings "We Belong Together" with Bumper. Oh, we didn't talk about the scene where he puts dinner on for her. That was funny. That was a good scene.
Don't remember.
But
no,
anywhere, like, she goes he's at the gazebo and he's put all like the piss poor cheese and meats and stuff out. He's trying to say he asked her out. Come on, guys! Pitch Perfect 2.
Oh yeah. And then the guys rock up in the boat to play her off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do remember.
Yeah. All right. Good.
I watched these movies. I did.
Yeah, the Gale and the two podcasters, their shtick in this one is really worn out because their podcasters are now following them around, and he just becomes increasingly unhinged and more like just like brazenly sexist and stuff.
Yeah, like
Not
it
just
was
sliding in a comment every now and again.
it was funny when it came out of nowhere. It's like every time he opens his mouth, he's now going to say something sexist or and it just it's very played out.
Yeah, not great. Yeah, this movie's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Not a whole lot going for it.
No, it does the whole. I was going to say it does the whole like I don't know. Sequels do this as well, where they go overseas. Like, oh, the new thing is we're going to all these locations. It's a road trip movie, and they kind of do a bit of that. But yeah. The whole conceit of like playing for the troops too is really bizarre.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Again, like it feels like they want to take the piss out of it because they're like, we need a competition. Like, I guess we're competing against these bands. Oh, great! It's a competition. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like they want to send themselves up, but they don't. I don't know. They pull back. It's really disappointing. Like, all the other teams were Ruby Rose. I just have no time for.
Ruby Rose again ruining like another sequel like she did in John Wick.
Just ruining things. And like she's just they're not fun antagonists at all.
No.
Becca's love interest with the
producer
the guy.
dude.
He's such a non-character. Like this should be a movie sort of about the farewell of these these sisters, basically these best friends and sisters. They're coming together because they're not happy in their life, so they come together to reunite over the one thing that they've had happiness in. This should be about them moving on. It's something bitter. Either make this really stupid funny or make this really solemn and sort of heartfelt.
And the start of this movie goes that direction where they're all in crappy jobs they don't like, and like Haley Steinfeld's like, oh no, but I didn't think you could use adults now. You've like got stuff going on, and then that's a funny direction to take that. Like, Haley Steinfeld is now leading this, but then it just turns into her being a background character that Fat Amy just refers to her as the dumb one. Like she's always just like, oh, shut up, you don't open your dumb mouth. It's like
it's really mean about it for some reason.
Calm down, Griner. Stop hating on Haley Steinfeld for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's just it's weird. They have a direction it seems to go, and then it just completely changes to be like, oh no, it's just the Bellas are back.
That's right. Yeah, that would have been a good point. Yeah, Haley Steinfeld's the lead, and they have to accept that they're no longer like the hot stars of this thing. It's a lot of ideas they just completely wasted in exchange for a
acapella isn't so hot in your 30s. You know what I mean? Like, you're not teenagers anymore. You can't get away with acapella. You got to find a real job and face the grind.
Yep. Yeah, like Pitch Perfect 4, maybe we get that.
Pitch Perfect 4, they're TikTok dancers.
They're
literally, they're just like, let's just do our TikTok dances. We've got to keep up with the kids. Let's do these dances.
Not great.
No.
All right, shall we... Oh, go ahead.
So have you guys watched the... or would you guys be interested at all in the show, Pitch Perfect Bumper in Berlin?
I did see that.
Is that a show?
Adam Devine.
Yeah, apparently.
Yep.
No.
6 parts, 6 episodes. It's Adam Devine.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't missing from the third. Well, I guess he was because the third one sucks. But
yes, correlational or causational, Luke?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe we should have done that.
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect Bumper in Berlin review. Aka exhausting. There you go. Sounds riveting.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
All right, let's Aka review these. Rank them. Come on. It's got to be 1, 2, 3 for me.
Probably. I feel like on a different day I could say 2, 1, 3.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
You're probably right.
I'll go 1, 2, 3.
Cool.
All right.
It's agreed. All right. Thanks for indulging me in another musical episode of this podcast. Next fortnight, Superman. And now I hear you
Superman.
saying, are we doing the Superman trilogy from the 80s? The Chris, is that even a trilogy? I don't even know if that's a trilogy. I know there's several of them. Is there 4? Is there? Wow.
Yes.
No, we are doing reboots. We want to look at Man of Steel, Superman Returns, and Superman 2025. I can't even keep them together.
The 3 Superman reboots. Will there be a sequel to this one? Who knows? There wasn't a sequel to the other 2.
No.
Well, Batman vs Superman's sort of a sequel, isn't it?
Maybe we should.
And there's
watch
Justice
Batman
League as well. Like there's, we should watch the Snyder Cut. Is what we should watch.
Yeah, people have been calling for it, and people have been asking for that Snyder Cut. So
A lot of smart people.
yeah,
All the smart people say that. Yeah.
we'll do a Snyder Cut version of the podcast where we review Justice League and
For
Batman
6
v
hours.
Superman. Yeah,
That's a good idea on our Patreon.
yeah, it'll be 7 hours long.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Grant, can you set up a Patreon for us?
Sure. Patreon.com/goodbadworst. Hopefully nobody else has got that. Don't give them any money because it's not us. All right. Thanks for joining us for the podcast. We'll catch you next fortnight for the Superman reboot trilogy, I guess. Is that what we're going to call it? We'll come up with a clever name for it. We'll think of some link that joins those movies together that's not just Superman and Kryptonite. This podcast was brought to you by some books by Conan, The Taste of Iron and The God Grotesque. Check them out on Amazon. They're great.
acapellas in that as well.
Yeah, a lot of
so
singing.
much acapella, a lot of singing.
Yeah.
Please give us a rating on iTunes and Spotify. It helps us out a heap, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Ta-ta.